Hello, hello, it's me, Chloe from Chloetry Plans. Welcome to episode 22 of Coffee with Chloetry. In this episode, we're going to be discussing how to get out of a planner funk. I have my cup of coffee and I have my planner, so I'm ready to go. Let's get right into this video. I want to start off by thanking my Ko-fi sponsor. Thank you so much, Jamie from Wisconsin, for gifting me a cup of coffee from the last episode. So I want to give a special shout out to her. She also attended the Dream Plan Hustle workshop and brunch. So shout out to you, Jamie. Thank you so much for your support. And I really am glad that you enjoyed the Dream Plan Hustle event. Let's get right into the subject for today, which is how to get out of a planner funk. We've all been there where you may be excited about your planner, you get it, you're using it, and then something happens in your life that really derails you or distracts you from your goal of using your planner on a daily or weekly basis. I've been there, you've been there, and before you know it, when you look up, the entire month has passed you by and you have an empty planner spread, right? And so sometimes it can become a little bit discouraging when we get off track from our goals, whether that be filling out our planners and being more intentional about our daily lives, or whether that be a specific goal that we have in mind. And so that can be discouraging, but I'm here to help you get out that funk and to talk about some really practical tips that we can use to get back into the swing of things when it comes to planning. Tip number one is dedicate time. Sometimes we say, oh, I'm going to do that task today, but we don't assign a specific time to the task or to the errand. And that often leads to a decrease in productivity because we have good intentions. We know what we want to do, but we don't know when we're going to do it. So my first tip is to dedicate a specific time to planning. And it can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes, it can be an hour, whatever works for you in your personal schedule, but make sure that you're setting a specific time. For me, I plan on Sunday evenings, and sometimes I plan a little bit on Saturday as well, depending on my filming schedule. But for the most part, I know for a fact that I'm going to plan in at least one of my planners on Sunday evening. But after I get ready for bed, that's my time to plan. And so I usually get ready for bed kind of early. Like I'll get, wind down and have dinner at like 6 and then get ready for bed, put on my comfy PJs. And it's still early in the evening, but it gives me that time to really sit back and plan and enjoy my planners and accessories and stickers and all that fun stuff. But if you don't have time for that, it really is okay to dedicate 10 minutes or 20 minutes to just sitting down with your planner. I want to challenge you to even setting a timer so that you don't get distracted and you do have a specific time to use your planner. If you're on my channel, you love your planner, you enjoy planning for the most part. And so I want to help you get back into that by dedicating a time. Tip number 2. Simplify your planning process. You want to simplify your planning process because oftentimes when you have all these different accessories that we love so much, you can get a little bit overwhelmed. And I know that I oftentimes had that same situation. Right now I'm out of town, I'm not at home. And so what I'm using right now is a petite planner. I had to really simplify my process for on-the-go planning because I'm not at home and I don't have space in my luggage for a big planner. So I really wanted to minimize how much stuff I had. And so I brought a petite planner. So I did bring a petite planner. It's a daily planner and I have my daily plans in it. I'll show you what those look like. But I just wanted to simplify the process. Believe it or not, I only brought a daily planner and a pen. That's it. No highlighters, no markers or anything. But what I do want to encourage you to do is if you enjoy using planner accessories, just to minimize things and to make it a little easier for yourself, go ahead and put your stickers, washi tape, pens, or highlighters in some kind of planning pack or some kind of pencil case, okay? Put everything you would like to use for your planning process in one spot. And then when it's time to plan, you can just grab those 2 or 3 things and you know that you have everything you need to plan, whether that be on the go or at home. All right. So you want to make sure that you simplify your planning process by putting some accessories in some type of, planning pack, some type of pencil case so that you can go ahead and have everything in one spot. It makes it so much easier when I go to plan, when I know exactly what I'm planning with, especially when I'm planning at work. Tip number 3, set the scene. Okay, so when I say set the scene, I mean we all enjoy an aesthetically appealing environment. And so sometimes it can be hard to set the scene and to plan when you feel a little bit overwhelmed about your environment. I know for me, I can't really plan in bed. It's just not a good place for me to plan. I also don't plan as well on the couch. So for me, I like to sit at the kitchen table, on the breakfast nook or the island in my kitchen, at my desk, and even sometimes I'll sit on the floor with a blanket and plan that way too. But I know the environments that are more conducive to me having a nice little planning session. And then I'll oftentimes watch TV. It's usually an old show or sometimes a plan with me. And so if you enjoy planning that much, I would definitely go ahead and get you a nice little planner playlist going on YouTube. I actually have a few playlists from my channel that I can put in the cards and in the description below. But let's say, for instance, you are using a vertical planner. I have a whole vertical planning playlist. You can turn it on and plan alongside with me. Or if you have a petite planner, I have a petite planner playlist, A5 agenda. The list goes on. So it's really cool to be able to catch up with your favorite planner YouTubers while you plan. And it can also kind of really inspire you with new ideas. And so you're really just setting the scene. You can also just block that noise out, right? Sometimes you just want to have it on to dedicate a certain amount of time. That video can be your timer while you also just really focus in on your planner, and you kind of just use that as background noise. Music also helps set the mood. And I also like to use some essential oils in my diffuser. That's always a good time. And of course, coffee. Coffee's a great companion to my planning process. So those are some ways I set the scene, and I hope you find them useful as well. Number 4, be okay with change. Sometimes our planning goals and our life goals change. And there have been times where I opened my planner after not using it for a while. I was discouraged by some of the previous goals that I had written down and some of the previous tasks that I decided to do. And so after looking at them, I was a little discouraged and kind of just felt like, so many things had changed. Was it even worth me sitting down and planning if I'd strayed so far from some of my habits and some of my goals? The reality of it is you cannot change the past, and you have to move forward to move towards what you want. And that might just be you simply trying to keep track of your day-to-day things that you have to do as a person. It may not have any specific goal in mind, but to get through the day, and that's okay. Be okay with change is my 4th tip. Tip number 5, make it a routine. It can be really challenging to make planning in your planner a routine, whether that be on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, or a daily basis. It can be challenging, but when you set an alarm on your phone and you have, a plan, it can be a lot easier to make it a routine. Really having your mind, I really want to do this. This gets me excited for the day. I know for me, it's the little things, and planning in my planner gets me excited for the day and also helps me to clear my mind. And so it's valuable to me. And so that makes me want to make it a routine. Another tip for making it a routine is to maybe start with a friend. Have like a little challenge like, hey, planner friend, I really want to plan in my planner. I'm going to send you a picture every day of my planner. Whatever that looks like. You can even use me as an accountability partner. If you want to, just send me a DM on Instagram and just send me your pictures of your planner every day. I may not respond every single day, but it can kind of help you get in the habit of actually planning out your day. Okay, so make sure that you have some type of way in your head, in your mind, to make it a routine, because the more you do something, the more it becomes second nature and it's less work when it's a routine. Those are my 5 tips for getting out of a planner funk. I hope these tips were useful for you in your planning goals and in your planner. No matter what kind of planner, notebook, or system you use, whether it be digital planning or planning on paper, I think these tips can be helpful for anyone, no matter where you are in the planning process. And I definitely encourage you to keep trying. It's not going to be a perfect process. Nothing really is. But keep trying, keep going forward. I know it's also getting towards the end of the year, which can be hard to be motivated, but try to keep at it. You have goals that are important, and then also your day-to-day mindfulness is also important. So make sure you prioritize it, and let me know in the comments below where you're at. Are you planning consistently? Are you in a planner funk? Let's go back and forth in the comments and encourage each other to continue. Let me know what you think, where you're at in your planning process below. I would be happy to hear more and to kind of converse with you all in the comments. Now we're at the part of the episode where I talk about coffee donations, or donate a cup of coffee to Coffee with Chloetry. This week, I want to dedicate the Coffee with Chloetry donations to my students. I primarily work with Black and Latinx college students, and what I want to do is donate all of my coffee donations from this episode to my students for the new school year. And so what that means is they start school next week. I'm going to give the students coffee gifts to get their school year off to a good start. Many of them are low income, and so they are also commuting, which also costs money. And so when they commute back and forth to college, I really enjoy being able to gift them so that they are able to get themselves a snack, a coffee, just to start the first week of school off right. So if you would like to donate a cup of coffee to Coffee with Chloetry this week, I will donate them directly to my students. And so the more donations I get, the more I can donate. The link is below under Ko-fi, Ko-fi. You'll see it on the screen, and you'll see it in the description and pinned in the comments below for you to donate a cup of coffee to my students. They will really appreciate it. I will also really appreciate it, and you'll be surprised how much it'll make some of their day. These students are also first generation students, and so I personally was also a first generation college student and grad. So if you are a first generation grad or student, let me know in the comments below so I can give you some love. And so around this time of year with back to school, I also want to wish everyone a happy school year, whether you are a teacher, staff member, faculty member, parent, or someone who is also a student. I want to give you some love and say I hope you have a great and successful semester and year. So shout out to all of you. I know it can be a big challenge going back to school, but I want to give you a huge shout out in that regard. Again, that Ko-fi link will be in the description below, as well as any planner links that I showed in this video. Please check them out, and please, again, comment below how you feel, if you're in a planner funk or not. Let me know. And also let me know if you're ready for school by giving me some type of school emoji. It can be a schoolhouse, it can be a pen and paper, a book, whatever kind of school emoji you want to give me, to let me know that you made it to the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.